Welcome back to Iowa Speedway. While we were away in the Race to Recovery 225, a heavy load of traffic on pit road. James Busher was the race leader. He brings the Mercedes Holmes car in for an adjustment in tires. Benny Gordon makes his first stop of the night, 4 new tires and fuel. The Samuel Metals car, another stop as well for Mark McFarland at the Sears Auto Center 81. How about our BF Goodrich pit strategy?
14 tires here tonight. You get 3 sets plus 2 additional right sides, 44 gallons of fuel. You've got 22 in the car, 2 11-gallon cans. That's going to get you home, but how you use them is going to be the key here tonight.
Now, also earlier, how about this? Woody Howard trying to clear the 06 of Bobby Gill. Gill got into the back end of the 55. Howard brushed the wall, able to continue. All of that leaves us here. Caleb Holman on lap 80. He is the race leader in the Food Country USA 75, and he's about to put Matt Hawkins in the Jana King 2 car, maybe another lap down.
Matt Hawkins had to come to pit road, serve a penalty, got him a lap down. He came back out in front of the leaders. He needs to work like heck to stay in front of him. You don't want to go 2 laps down this early in the race.
Meantime, for 3rd, 4th, and 5th, the 22 North, Derek Kale, the 22 South, the Drew Herring, the Titan Tire Machine. They're up around Woody Howard there in the 55. Kale in the 22, the black car, trying to hang with this group. Herring able to clear him on the high side. This is one of those places, Scott, where being on the high side, especially on the front stretch, pretty good strategy. You want to keep that momentum up.
Yeah, that's the key. Keep the momentum up. You're not going to hurt the tires. You can really roll the car around the racetrack, but I'm very impressed by Drew Herring. What a great run. First time seeing this racetrack.
Really impressed as well by young Joey Coulter, the Darrell Gwynn Foundation 02 car. He's up in front of Woody Howard. Matt Morrell, meantime, in the Wintron driver development machine. He's also got a great run going. That's the red car at the head of this group. And here comes McFarland in the Sears Auto Center 81 on the bottom. He's got on board with Coulter in that Darrell Gwynn Foundation machine. The Tempest Cycles on board right behind the Wintron 32 of Morrell from Portland, Texas, the Morrell lease car. Up onto the backstretch here.
Joey Coulter running 3rd. You can see Morrell is in 2nd in front of him. And way up there is that 75 car. That's who they're trying to catch.
Caleb Holman won his first career race in the USAR Hooters Pro Cup Series. One of the 2 combination events on the schedule at Bristol Motor Speedway back in August. Since then, he has been very stout. Would love to make it 2 wins on the season and get back into the championship chase here tonight.
When you've been to Bristol and you've gone around that racetrack, that will get your attention. So
caution on the Speedway. Yet another caution here before 100 laps go on the board. The call is there's debris on the racetrack. And we've had Woody Howard brush the wall. Could be a remnant from that. Always great spectacle here when we come to race at Iowa Speedway. The fans turn out in droves. Big autograph session earlier. Woody Howard, Clay Rogers among the drivers on hand, and Jason Brown for the pre-race concert for the fans. Country star Phil Vassar will be on stage following the checkers tonight. Lots of excitement for the fans when they come to Iowa Speedway. Woody Howard earns our Aaron's Lucky Dog in the Dean Motorsports Chevrolet. He gets a lap back, gets back on the lead lap for the restart. John Gibson in the spray-painted equipment 13. First of the cars a lap down on the inside. Tony Cox behind the wheel tonight at the Iowa Speedway pace car. In relief of Mike Lowe, who suffered a brain aneurysm a few days ago. He is on the mend. Mike, we look to see you back at the racetrack very, very soon. Restarting here at Iowa Speedway in the Race to Recovery 225. And how about Caleb Holman taking off like he's been shot from a cannon?
And he got a great start, and I don't know what will happen to Morrell. He just didn't go with him, or he missed a gear, or whatever happened, but wow, the 75 got a great jump. You just can't give up that much ground.
Matt Morrell in the 32 trying to get around Gibson, keep him a lap down. 90 on the board, 135 laps to run tonight here at Iowa Speedway. Here's the 28 of Michael Rich, the Support Our Troops Ford. Matt Hawkins in the Jana King 2 car. Lots of fast race cars on the high side here, but how about our pole sitter, new track record holder Benny Gordon with Samuel Metals Ford. He whistles around that strutmasters.com 56 of A.J. Frank from Bluffton, South Carolina. There's the 73, the Team Suzuki car of Jeff Agnew, stuck on the bottom. Bobby Gill there in the Kimnock Ford, the USG Sheetrock entry. He seems to be running very nicely here tonight.
Benny Gordon, the next guy in line, is that 68 car of Alan Perkaiser, trying to run him down. The 21 car.
Derek Kelly's machine, yeah.
All the way from Florida. Great run here tonight.
This gaggle of cars, 12th all the way back through 17th, where Jay Fogelman is in that Speedco Truck Lubes 4 car. He's pinned on the bottom. A year ago, Fogelman was part of a great finish at Iowa. We talked to him about it.
With 2 to go, I was pretty much content with where we were going to run second. And we got a good run on Matt and got by him, and then he got back by us, and it's just a good show for the fans. But still still think I left one here, you know. And you don't get many opportunities to win a race, but we're good in points now. We've got a really good car for the race. It drives good. It's good in traffic, and we're just doing all the right things again. We just have to execute like we did, you know, last week, and we'll come out here with a good night.
Jay, the older you get, the less chances you're going to have. Him and I are friends. We go back a long ways, and he knows as well as I do, you get those opportunities fewer and fewer between each other.
Yeah, he is tucked up in there behind Jeff Agnew right now. Meantime, Alan Burkeiser, the Bill Ellis Barbecue 68 car, he's holding Benny Gordon at bay as they sift through traffic. The Phil Morgan Pottery 23, J.P. Morgan moving to the outside of Hunter Robbins there in the Goodson Consulting 6. Gordon on the high side, trying to get back into contention, but he is stuck deep in the field. Our Miller Lite rookie rundown. Matt Morrell fourth in front of Mikey Kyle and Drew Herring. We'll be back at Iowa Speedway. Beautiful night for racing at Iowa Speedway. While we're away, young Matt Hawkins, the Jana King 2 car with Mike Garvey up on the pit box. He gets the Aaron's Lucky Dog, gets back on the lead lap. Now, Hawkins in that Ford ought to be a contender. That's a fast race car, a good young wheelman. Our halfway leader tonight, the Lucas Oil halfway honors go to Mark McFarland in the Sears Auto Center 81. He's led a dozen laps through 6 lead changes. McFarland will bring him to green. Safety car dives for pit road. This all happened under caution. Of course, McFarland seeing the cross flags under yellow. We restart green. Coming up on 120 laps to settle things tonight on the Race to Recovery 225. McFarland takes off. Gordon right there in second spot.
McFarland picked up that $1,000 from Lucas. Also that 5 points for leading halfway. That may be really critical down the road.
I'll tell you, the guy I'm impressed with tonight is Joey Colder, the Darrell Gwynn Foundation 02. By far his best run in the USAR Hooters Pro Cup Series. And how about J.P. Morgan in the 23 car?
We haven't said a lot about that 23 car, but he's had a very strong night, made a lot of moves on the outside. The 22 of Drew Herring's been very good. Michael Rich, we haven't seen much about him. Maybe going to start flexing some muscle.
Calder wiggles it off turn 2 and gives up a spot there. Herring moves by, Morgan moves by, and here comes Michael Rich to support our troops 28. Hunter Robbins right there as well in Tracy Goodson's 6 car. Derek Cale in the 22 North right in the mix as well. Meantime, Gordon, the Samuel Metals Ford, starting to reel in the race leader, Mark McFarland. Oh, and Jay Fogelman seems to be off the pace in the 4. There's Sam Falone in the 48 car, the Falone trucking entry. Just a car length separating the top 2 down into turn 1.
These 2 cars are pretty even going down the front straightaway. From right here on turn 2, that 66 car is really fast.
Before the start tonight, we talked to Mark McFarland about this points battle he's involved in with Benny Gordon.
Yeah, we're still in pretty good shape. Still, our main goal is to beat Benny, but it's hard to do that when he keeps winning. So we got to step it up a little bit and start beating him, and then maybe we can gain some points on him. But he's running good. It's going to be tough. He's running good out here at Iowa, and we got a good car too, so it's going to be a battle.
Well, what a great position to be in. You are leading the race. You've got that cat behind you. All you got to do is make the right strategy moves. Don't make any mistakes as a driver. Mark McFarland, very good at that.
Got to be good on pit road here tonight, no question about it. We might have at least one more stop for these teams. Meantime, Caleb Holman, the Food Country USA 75, Charlie Henderson's car. They have led laps here this evening. The 28 of Rich has not yet been out in front. McFarland so far able to hold off Benny Gordon, which is not easy to do at this racetrack. So McFarland down the back straightaway. He's got a lot of race wins, had 4 wins in a row in this series, combined North and South earlier this season. This is a big weekend for Iowa Speedway, the race called the Race to Recovery 225. We talked earlier to track president Jerry Giron about just exactly what that refers to.
Those of you who don't know, in May and June, Iowa was devastated with F5 tornadoes, and 86 of our 99 counties suffered severe flood damage. And so devastation everywhere. It's going to take a couple of years for the entire state to recover. So go to racetorecovery.com and you can donate and pledge money to the relief effort. It's a tax-deductible donation, and so you will get a receipt from us. But again, racetorecovery.com, it's a wonderful way to give back to your neighbors.
And no one more interested in giving back than those involved in motorsports and race fans coast to coast, to be sure.
And if you remember back earlier this year, most of the city of Dubuque was underwater. It was just a devastating situation for those folks. I'm glad they're on their way to recovery.
How about this? Drew Herring in the Black's Tire and Auto, the Titan Tire 22, inside Gordon for second spot.
Now, this is really something because we saw Benny Gordon kind of slack up on the last session, and he got tires. He made his charge to the front. Now he's starting to slow down. Is that a kind of a strategy move, or do you think maybe his car is giving up a little bit?
Probably knows he's got to conserve fuel here tonight. Remember, he did not stop when McFarland did early. A Grease Lightning Clean team led by Drew Herring, who's currently third.